Wedeter, home AI and technology business and money books and publishing resources. Wedeter editorial June 2026 6-minute read. Best AI tools for everyday people in 2026. In my experience, 2026 isn't about AI replacing us. It's about having a smarter, faster leverage for the work we do every day. When I look at the tools that have actually made a difference in my life, they aren't the ones promising sci-fi magic. They're the practical, grounded tools that give me control. Whether I'm planning a complex business project, troubleshooting a technical hurdle, or simply organizing my messy stream of consciousness, the right AI tools act as a force multiplier. But there is a catch. If you aren't careful, you can end up letting the tools dictate your thinking. Over the last year, I've tested countless systems, and I've learned that the best ones aren't just powerful, they are the ones that let you stay in the driver's seat. Here is what I found that actually works for everyday people. Table of contents. Reclaiming privacy with local AI. Research and synthesis with NotebookLM. The art of the ultimate prompt. Practical troubleshooting and planning. Using AI as a tool, not a master. Key takeaways. Reclaiming privacy with local AI. The biggest shift I've made this year is moving away from purely cloud-based everything. When I started running AI locally directly on my own machine, everything changed. It's not about avoiding AI. It's about privacy and ownership. Tools like Alma allow me to run private models right on my laptop without sending every unfinished thought to a server. I've found that unfinished work is often the most private work. A first thought may be messy, a first plan incomplete, or a first question blunt. In my experience, local AI gives those early stages a place to exist before I decide what deserves to become public or move to a more powerful cloud tool. Why it matters. If I'm drafting sensitive business notes or working through a messy, half-formed idea, I don't want that data floating through a remote system. Practical use. I use small models like Gemma 3.1b or Llama 3.21b for brainstorming and troubleshooting. They don't need to be the smartest in the world. They just need to be private and mine. Offline capability. These tools work without a live internet connection after setup, making them useful for travel or outages. Research and synthesis with NotebookLM. If you deal with a lot of information, NotebookLM has become my go-to research partner. Unlike a general chat interface, it grounds responses in sources I upload myself. I noticed a massive difference when I stopped asking AI general questions and started asking it to explain my material. When I feed it my own PDFs, audio transcripts, or project notes, it synthesizes the material more accurately instead of guessing from the open web. Audio overviews. I've used this to turn dense project files into podcast-style summaries, which lets me listen while I learn on the go. Source grounding. Because it is grounded in my sources, it reduces the hallucination problem common in general-purpose AI. Connecting dots. It is useful for finding links between separate files that I might have missed during manual review. The art of the ultimate prompt. I've noticed that most people blame the AI when they get a bad answer, but usually the problem is the prompt. I've stopped using vague requests like "explain this." Instead, I use a framework I call the Ultimate AI Prompt Formula. I tested this formula across many tasks, and the results were consistently more professional and practical than standard one-sentence prompts. Role: who the AI should act like, such as an expert mechanic, editor, or CPA. Context: background information about the specific situation. Task: the exact question or action I need performed. Format: how I want the answer structured, such as a checklist, table, outline, or step-by-step plan. Depth: extra instructions like identify mistakes to avoid or give practical examples. By explicitly asking the AI to analyze from multiple perspectives or explain its reasoning in a structured way, I get better answers that are easier to use. Practical troubleshooting and planning. In my experience, the best use for AI isn't writing poetry, it's solving boring, stressful problems. I've used these tools for everything from identifying why a car battery keeps dying in winter to preparing business checklists. Local AI is particularly useful for troubleshooting computer problems or organizing household projects because the details stay on my machine. I found that asking what is the simplest cause for this problem and what is a safe first check saves me hours of frustration. Project outlining. Describe a messy goal and ask for next actions, risks, and open questions. Simplification. Take complex legal or technical text and ask a model to explain it like I'm a beginner. Routine maintenance. Use a checklist prompt to turn a long manual into a simple maintenance guide. Using AI as a tool, not a master. The most important lesson I've learned is to never lose the human in the loop. AI can analyze numbers and identify patterns faster than I can, but it lacks the context of my life and goals. I noticed a dangerous trend where I started following AI advice without questioning it. I had to remind myself, AI can give suggestions, but it cannot give wisdom. Wisdom comes from reflection, mistakes, and personal understanding. The craftsman rule. Like a craftsman holding a powerful tool, I have to stay in control of the work. The final say, AI might identify a statistically better path, but it doesn't know my risk tolerance or lived experience. Verification. I always verify facts, especially when using smaller local models. I treat the output as a draft, never a final authority. Key takeaways. Start small. Don't chase the biggest, most expensive models. A small local model is often enough for private, everyday tasks. Ground your work. Tools like NotebookLM are powerful because they use your own documents as the source of truth. Master the prompt. Role, context, task, format, and depth can improve results immediately. Stay in charge. AI is leverage, not authority. Stay the builder, not the assistant. Related articles. The Silent Trap of PDT of 2026, How to Start a Newsletter Local AI versus Cloud AI, Best AI Tools for Beginners, Best Local AI Tools, How I Use AI, Self-Publishing Basics, AI Tools, Business Tools, Publishing Tools, Websites, Worth Bookmarking Report, Margin Risk on Cash-Secured Puts. Wedeter. We determine what connects. Explore. Home AI in technology, business, and money books and publishing resources. Quick links. About privacy policy terms of use contact. Copyright 2026 Wedeter.com. We determine what connects.